favors. When you getting paper, they turn into haters. Yeah. I'm through doing favors, I'm through doing favors. When you getting paper, they turn into haters. Yeah. I would call them shakers, but I send them later. Yeah. I'm through doing favors, I'm through doing favors. Yeah. I'm through doing favors, I'm through doing favors. Yeah. When you getting paper, they turn into haters. Yeah. I would call them shakers, but I send them later. Yeah. I'm through doing favors, I'm through doing favors. Yeah.
Yo, it's your boy DBONDS 317 coming with you with another hit, another banger, whatever you want to call it. Welcome to the DBONDS Show, the DBONDS Show. I'm your host Darnell Bonds, coming at you out of Indianapolis, Indiana, in a cold day. It's probably supposed to be warm today. It's supposed to be like in the high 40s today. In Indianapolis, glad the snow is going away. I don't like the cold at all. Um, I'm gonna talk about that teenager in Bronx fake her own kidnapping, and she faked her own kidnapping, and we're gonna go from there. We're gonna talk about trash trafficking. I'm gonna play a clip.
The kidnapping? 16-year-old Carol Sanchez walked out of the 40th precinct Tuesday evening with the relatives who spent the day searching for her trailing behind. None of them said a word. Can you tell us what happened? Around 11:30 Monday night, Carol was with her mother on Eagle Avenue in Melrose when surveillance video shows four men in a car pull up, grab the teen, push her mother to the ground, then drive off.
She was just screaming, my daughter, oh my God, someone please help me, please. And she was screaming hysterically.
The family lives in Dutchess County but have been staying with relatives in the Bronx. In the morning, the NYPD put out an Amber Alert and plastered the neighborhood with missing person posters. Then, 15 hours after what looked like her abduction, Carol came back to the spot where she was taken and reunited with her relatives to their relief.
She's fine, thank God, she's fine.
Sources tell CBS2 the teen turned herself into police on site and confessed that she orchestrated her own kidnapping with the help of four accomplices in an attempt to run away from her family.
She was shaken up. She was bending over, grabbing her knees, and discussing with the police.
Police let the teenage girl go without charging her for any crimes. The NYPD says it's still investigating and is looking to speak with those accomplices. Outside the 40th precinct in the Mott Haven section of the Bronx, Allie Bauman, CBS 2 News.
Well, there you have it. She staged her own kidnapping. The backstory about it, she didn't want to go back to believe her Dora. She said her mom was very overprotected. If she think her mom overprotected now, her mom gonna be very protected and probably lost some trust with it. Um, it's a lot of you know with all the things going on with sex trafficking and a whole bunch of black women is missing. Um, and she she pulled something like this is I did some crazy thing like call 911, um call 911 and stuff, and it's crazy. Trash trafficking is real. um tra- Sex trafficking is real. um I'm gonna play a clip. I think it's gonna play. I think it's not gonna play. um Let me see if I can pull it up for you. uh, you know, Talk about trash trafficking now is big, is is big, and it I wish it would stop, but I don't think trash trafficking will stop.
Cartels. It's very high yield, but very low risk for them. Versus in the narcotics trade, where you have so many people interacting in that business model. But now they're seeing, listen, I can grab this girl, I could put her to work 10 times a night, making thousands of dollars a week, and I'm selling that product over and over again.
The general conception that people have of human trafficking is, you mention human trafficking and they expect girls in chains in the trunk of a car. That's not the reality of it at all. A lot of times it's a romantic relationship. They get you to start liking them, like, oh, we're fun, we're just having fun, this, and that. I was with my trafficker, and he was, giving me drugs so that I can work and do, the sexual activities without a care. It was hard for me to accept that I was in that position. I always had an excuse, like, no, but, like, it was my fault because I was being reckless and naive.
These victims cannot and will not, and nor will we force them to go through that trauma, to testify, to be deposed, to walk into a strange courtroom, to tell the world what demeaning, shameful things happened to you is a very traumatic thing to do.
Our clinicians will tell you this is probably one of the toughest populations that we've had to work with. They suffer from PTSD, severe trauma, and it's not just a little bit, this is like severe and prolonged trauma for many, many, many years. I think if people better understood it, they'd be a lot more sensitive to the fact that no, it's not one size fits all. Especially with human traffic victims, you kind of blame yourself in a way for being in that predicament. And it's very normal for other people to blame you too. Like, oh no, that's because, you do promiscuous things and you just promiscuous and you asked for this and you fell into their trap. You never left. That's a big one too. You never decided to leave.
A lot more difficult without your victim. Some cases are possible, but it just strengthens your case when you have your victim.
So prosecutors in these kinds of cases have to really make tough choices. And so if charging money laundering, if charging prostitution, if charging code violations, and charging health violations, and taking licenses away from them, and taking their money away from them, and taking their homes or whatever else we can get, saves the victim from having to go into the courtroom and be traumatized. Prosecutors often make that choice, and I think in many ways that's the right choice.
Our jobs as prosecutors is to see that justice is done, and we have to balance that in terms of being aware of the status of the victims involved. The trauma bonds have to be broken. That is why the cases are so complex, why they take so long to prosecute, because it's not about going in, making an arrest and prosecuting right away. It doesn't work that way with these cases.
If you look at it, it's just like narcotics dealing. You take the dealer off the street and another dealer pops up. This person was...
I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna put that clip on the description below on my YouTube channel, the DBONDS Show. On YouTube, you could go subscribe it, like it, watch the videos, watch the podcast, anything. If you don't, if podcasts disappear or anything, you can always go to YouTube. Um, it is one of the sad things uh, where was about. Um, I'm gonna leave that prescription, stuff like that. Uh, I learned this stuff in school. It was a story a woman told. She just turned 18. She got pregnant while she was there. She was in Ohio. So her friends was walking a Cadillac, pulled up to the car, and they like, "Hey, let's have fun. Y'all don't have to walk." And he took her to this house, and they were trying to escape. He pushed everybody down the stairs. A truck driver. They took them. They took the two girls to the truck driver, um, where um, where the trucker was alert. He called the police when she got in a cab. Uh, is 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 not a good feeling. Uh, to be kidnapped, to be mistreated, uh, or anything like that. It just is a real sad thing when someone to do something like that. We see a lot of stuff go on in a community that need to be stopped, but don't be stopped. There's too many people missing. She did a fake, even though she did a fake kidnap, this should not take away from people really getting kidnapped. This should not take away from people who really in the sex trade. This should not take away from the many people. There are males in the sanctuary in sex trafficking that is not running it. They are being kidnapped. Boys, girls. The youngest I heard was 6 years old in a sanctuary. As a parent, that make you frustrated, that make you scared, that make you fear. As uh, a brother, a uncle, a son, a nephew, that make you scared for your family. There's a little bit of fear into it, but it's mostly anger into it. It's like, why he can't get a job and or start a business, but they want to do stuff like this. Uh, is sad to a extent that people uh need to, take a back seat um to it. Um, but that's how that's how it is. That's one of the crazy things I've seen, so far in the in this country. Um, you know, you know, and well, that's the only thing I'm gonna talk about. If you have any opinion about this about sex trafficking, let me know. If you know anything more about sex trafficking, let's go over it. We could do a part two of it. Um, but watch your surroundings. Stop posting pictures just for vans. They use all type of vehicles. They don't not only use vans. That's very misleading. Um, you know, pay attention to every vehicle, every person. If they too nice, pay attention. I know, and we live in a country, we live in a world right now where we will need people to be nice, but that could backfire on you. Just pay attention of your surroundings. Always let your people know where you're going. Always keep contact with people. Always be on the phone with somebody. Always watch your surroundings. If you can walk in groups, more than 5 people, go ahead and do it. If you can't, always get something to protect yourself. I know a lot of people don't like guns. They don't like all that stuff, but pay attention to your surroundings. It's your boy, D-Bonds. All power to the people. I'm out.